On the 15th and 16th of December 1962, Leonora Carrington drew a diagram, her map of the human animal. This was probably not intended as an artwork as such, but more as an attempt to codify her ideas about the inner structure of human beings, and surely gives us insight into how she was using human and animal forms within her paintings. This map is an expression of the esoteric system she had devised from her study and personal experiences. On the bottom left, she places the title, A Map of the Human Animal with Influences and Potentialities. At the bottom right, she wishes to set one thing clear. P.S. Please note, before jumping to conclusions, that the word psychosis was invented as an ego saver for the puzzled psychiatrist. The diagram is divided by a dotted line horizon into an upper light realm and a lower dark realm. A central circular area spans these two worlds. 4 dotted lines radiate crosswise out from this central area. Emerging out of the top is a hyperbolic, open cosmic egg region with male and female figures, while there's a corresponding region below with animal forms. Let us look first at this central region. 8 circles are shown in dotted lines, whose circumferences all intersect at the central point. The parts of the circles that are within the light upper part of the space are coloured green, while those in the lower dark part are grey. There is another circle with the same diameter as the other 8, centred at the central point. Its top half is light blue, while its lower part is a darker blue. The geometry underlying this diagram is clearly very important. A label indicates that this complex of circles is the inner 4-dimensional space. A label below states the 8 interpenetrating circles are athanor when transmuted. A further label refers to the central blue circle, that it represents the physical body interpenetrated by the 8 worlds of psychic matter. The text below indicates that she saw this as a kind of cosmic dance. This dance is to be conceived in spiral motion in 8 directions. The 8 circles are labelled internally with the well-known sigils of the planets. However, she includes the Earth and the 3 post-Galilean planets. Thus, reading clockwise from the bottom left, we have Earth, Venus, Mercury, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, with Uranus, Neptune and Pluto all associated with the lowest circle. The Moon is shown below the Sun at the top. 3 snakes form themselves into an Ouroboros around the central interwoven circles. These are labelled Chrysopoeia of Cleopatra. Here, Carrington is referring to the well-known drawing found in an early Greek alchemical manuscript. The innermost Ouroboros is brownish yellow, and its head-to-tail direction is anti-clockwise. The central Ouroboros is red and clockwise, while the final outer Ouroboros is dark and anti-clockwise. In the upper realm, perched on top of this band of 3 Arubarai, are 2 animals. On the left is a dark-winged dragon holding a key in its bird-like mouth. The left upper crosswise dotted line here bears the label Integration of Volatile Matter, and further out at the edge of the diagram, Birds, Metal, Rain. Its opposite dotted crosswise line on the lower right has Lead and Bones, Skeleton, the Mass. On the right is an antelope. Following the dotted crosswise line to the edge we see hoofed animals, Carnunos horned god, rocks, minerals, bloodstream. On the horizontal line to the left is a line with large bees. Underneath is reconciliation of opposites, awakening. On the line to the right is a serpent coiling around a sword. The text there is consciousness as a weapon of redemption. Also, underneath the line is a symbol of Venus and the words Ceres, plant kingdom, lion and bees, gold and copper, roaring, mantra. Beneath the opposing serpent sword is the symbol of sulphur, with the words the hallows, Excalibur, suffering, endured understanding. In the central part of the upper space is the open cosmic egg, coloured in pinkish rose. Arrows show a stream moving downwards from the cosmos towards the dense central matter, then flowing back out again to the cosmos. The text makes this clear. Hyperbole, influence of outer solar system, stars. And hyperbola is a geometric, mathematical figure which is open to infinity. This impacts on the fourfold androgyne. Here we find a double-stranded helix emerging from the central area, surely a reference to DNA. A dark male on the left and a red female are drawn against this double helix to form an androgyne. We also see, in the space between their heads, 2 other faces, a female uppermost and an inverted male face below. Together these form the fourfold androgyne. We turn now to the lower part of the diagram, which we will invert here to make it easier to see. Here, an elliptical form emerges from the central region. In mathematics, there are 3 types of geometry. One related to the conic section of the circle is called Euclidean. Then there is hyperbolic geometry and elliptical geometry. In mathematics, these are used to describe different mathematical objects. Carrington appears to be drawing on this rather abstract idea to structure her esoteric philosophy. A leopard stands on the lower part of the circular central area. It is labelled the blind leopard and inverted scream. Beneath its body we see some flames. These are labelled fire burns under water. There are a complex of riders on the back of the leopard. One component, a female figure with bird talons and a 3-eyed bird growing from her head, is facing right, that is in our inverted image. On the left is a male-headed lion with a 3-eyed dog growing from its head. Between them a face emerges. Above this is written, "The womb where reconciliation is conceived." On the male side of the complex form is written, corruption, to initiate gestation in Athenor, chaos and differentiation, change of primary form. This can be seen as a reference to the dark initial nigredo, or black phase, that the alchemist's work must pass through before it can be perfected. On the female side is projection, consciousness as demonic disintegration, and possession by conceptual thought. Then there is a little dark star with pole star, rage, static. This complex diagram is Carrington's exploration of her metaphysical view of the world. It is likely to have been to some extent informed through her reading of Jung. It is recorded that she came across and avidly read his writings in the early 1960s. Possibly she was particularly impressed by his concept of the conjunction of opposites. His Psychology and Alchemy was published in English in 1953, so this could well be a source for some of the ideas in her diagram. The next lesson in the series, number 6, will deal with Carrington's humour, her use of animals, and her politics.